Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ramadan Mubarak, everybody. So the African nations are standing up to their slave masters, pretty much. The West have been enslaving Africa, exploiting them, and they've had enough. They're standing up to them. They're rejecting their stupid propaganda, and they're coming together. And it looks like it's a huge shift in the world, and I'm happy to see it. Happy to see my brothers and sisters in Africa be able to stand up, reject, and stop being oppressed by their oppressors. And in this speech from President Malema, just putting the West on blast. Let's watch.
Thank you very much. House Chair, I understand why the representatives of imperialist forces will want to silence this voice. And that's why they will stand up to raise unnecessary question. House Chairperson, the first remark we wish to make is that there was a very little engagement politically. If anything, people want to blackmail us about aid and all sorts of things. But they know very well that there is no reason related to any wrongdoing by South Africa which has led to USA cutting its own aid. You can't say Donald Trump must be elected today and the following day he makes executive orders, and then you come here and blame the South African government as if the South African government did not do anything in between. That was a predetermined outcome where he wanted to come into office and punish South Africa for its position on Palestine and many other issues. We must be very clear that we are not going to agree to any form of bullying by anyone. It's a lie that there is farm killings in South Africa. Actually, those who are married in farms and owning farms, they kill each other for money, for policy monies. The farmers themselves kill each other for greedy reasons. The farm workers kill the farmers because they rape them in exchange for money and do not pay them, like Eugene Terreblanche did when he raped a farm worker and did not want to pay. We cannot be told that there are farm murders in South Africa when the farmers themselves are actually killing the farm workers. It was the white farmers who killed two women in Polokwane and fed them to the pigs. It's a complete lie that white people are being killed in South Africa. If anything, white people live in privilege, and that's what Donald Trump knows. You cannot say Donald Trump is misinformed. They've got the best intelligence equipment in the whole world. They even have a military base next to South Africa in Botswana to listen to every conversation we have. They can tell you what is in private conversation in the executive and everywhere else. They don't need AfriForum. They are using AfriForum as a scapegoat to punish us politically. And we ought to be very clear about that. When the aid came into South Africa at the first place, it was not to help Africans. It was imperialist forces putting the aid into South Africa so that they can control South Africa and use that aid to always say to you, if you take a political stand against the imperialist forces, we'll always cut the aid. So we ought to have known even then that we're not supposed to entirely rely on the USA. I'm very happy that the Minister of Health is speaking about possible interventions that can be made to avoid that aid of America. We can do with every help, but we will never accept help that say we must allow the perpetuation of white privilege. We cannot allow the whiteness to prevail in South Africa because we want to save life. We will save life. America did not save us during apartheid. Children were murdered in 1976. Children were murdered in the 80s. Where was America against apartheid? If America had anything to save an African life, it's a lie. They never wanted to save us. They were never there for us before. Palestine was there for us. Cuba was there for us. Russia was there for us. America will never choose friends for us.
Honorable
We will
member,
choose our own
your
friends.
time
Thank
is
you
now
very much.
expired. Thank you.
Words cannot have been spoken better. Alhamdulillah. You know, it is what? Keep your friends closer and but keep your enemies closer, something like that. I don't know. But no, this is true. There's even an old saying that to be a friend of the U.S. is fatal. Yes, to be an enemy of the U.S. is bad. To be a friend of the U.S. is fatal, and it's true. The U.S. was never there for them when they were an apartheid state. They're not there for Gaza, and they were never there for South Africa. They do not care. The U.S. believes that African lives do not matter at all. They are there to be exploited. They are slaves, and that's how they want it. And we see it. When they stood up, when they got their country back, because South Africa, being in Africa, wait for it, is for Africans. Shocking. I know. 80+% of South Africa is black. And if we do the quote European way of thinking, which is what the conservatives over there think is, it should be theirs, right? It should be theirs. What did the white people do there? We already know this in the stories. We see what they did to Mandela. We already know. Okay, they would rape them. They passed laws so they could not own land. They murdered them freely. Sounds like something, right? Something a little that's happening right now. Huh? Yeah. What the first thing that Trump did in office? Like, whoa, you better put your masters back in, back, and you make sure that they're taken care of, or I cut your aid. First thing, it's like white supremacy will remain in South Africa, or the U.S. will try to destroy them. That's what it is. But they did. U.S. was never there for them. Okay, and all the people that were evil, supposedly in the West, they were the ones that were there for them. They were the ones that had helped them. They were the ones that were providing aid, because the U.S. was not. They could care less. African lives do not matter in the West. They never have, and they never will. And now they're being exposed. And now we'll just pray that South Africa doesn't need democracy. We all know what that means. Theater to pray for Africa to our brothers. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. Until next time.